Hello and welcome to Mastering Top Visualization Techniques in Tableau. My name is Ben Young. I'll be the instructor for this course, and I am so excited that you're here. I hope you're excited as well. We're going to be covering some very advanced stuff, some things that are really going to set your Tableau game apart, and things that I really think will be of great use for you in your career. Let's look at the content for the course so you can see what we're going to be walking through. My goal in designing this course was to design a course that worked on an academic level, where you understood the theory, you understood how Tableau was interpreting data, but also in the practical sense. It didn't make any sense for me to create a course where all I did was talk at you and not give you anything to walk through. So in this course, you'll see it's organized into the introduction, which we're working through right now, and then we have theory sections followed by application sections. Theory is in blue, application is in orange. So you'll see that throughout the structure of the course. The first section that we start with is domain padding and data densification. This is a fundamental technique that makes it possible to build a lot of the advanced chart types that you see out there. We'll walk through intro to the section, what they are, when they're used, and then we'll walk through 3 different ways to accomplish this padding and densification, all using different techniques. Then there'll be a quick quiz at the end for you to kind of reinforce the theory that we walked through. Following that theory on domain padding and data densification, we'll build out the Viola chart. It's a fantastic chart that shows the relative performance across dimensions. And with that, you have an individual challenge. This is actually true of every single chart type that you build. So for the application sections, in this case, it's trying to understand symptoms of wealth inequality. There'll be the data preparation element that goes into it, the calculations, the core chart, and then completing the visualization. Section 4 is the hexbin chart. Again, giving you an introduction, background, and use cases, and then the challenge this time is US population modeling, trying to go in and understand where the US population resides and how to show it in a way that doesn't get lost in all the noise. With this, we'll start out with kind of your basic hexbin. So we'll have the base hexbin calculations, the data preparation, applying data densification, then secondary calculations, and your first chart. But then it turns out there's a problem with the standard approaches. And so there's a problem that we're going to identify and then find ways to solve that and then complete that visualization, which ends up being really, really cool. After a couple sections of application, we'll dive back into theory, looking at advanced table calculations. There'll be a quick review of your basic table calculations. Then we'll talk about addressing and partitioning, figuring out what those are, what context they operate in that really affects how your view works. Then there's restarting every and sort order. Follow that up with nested table calculations, and then a quick review of the data densification techniques that you already learned in the context of this new dialogue and this new vocabulary. Then there'll be a quick definition on things, as well as some warnings that go along with that. So a quiz on that to make sure you understand it. Coming up next is the Sankey diagram. This is the first of our applications of table calculations, and the challenge in this case is mapping Titanic passenger survival. There'll be a data preparation element again. Then you have your base Sankey calculations, your secondary calculations, and your core chart. And then the Sankey chart is actually made up of multiple charts. So you build out the secondaries, and then you'll complete the visualization, and then there'll be a homework assignment for you. In this case, I'm assigning you to take our single Sankey that we're building and assigning it out to a double Sankey. It'll make more sense in the video, and then I'll give you the opportunity to work on that and follow it up with an answers section walking through how I would approach it. Section 7 is the second application, where we're looking at Likert scale charts and how they apply to advanced table calculations. The challenge in this one is properly visualizing a restaurant performance survey. Then there's all sorts of data preparation in terms of lookup table, importing, and cleaning, because I've used a snapshot of data pulled directly from a fake data set in Qualtrics. So this is real-world application, real-world problems that I've run into, and hoping to share that learning with you. From there, we have our base calculations, building the core chart, and then adding in the summary totals. There's also a homework assignment going through where you'll add in new dimensions. And this homework assignment, again, I'll give to you, give you the chance to work on it, and cap it off with a video walking through the answers and how I would do it. The final theory section is advanced dashboard layout techniques. Dashboards are incredibly powerful, but often underutilized. So we're going to dive into dashboard objects, tiled versus floating layout mechanics, sizing for both containers and dashboards, and then top it off with a cool way to navigate using actions. And then that section, again, like all the theory sections, will close off with a quiz on definitions and use cases. Section 9 is really the capstone for this course. It brings together some fantastic dashboarding techniques to create what really is an amazing workbook. The challenge for this one is regional store reporting with people who have very different preferences on how their report should look. And then we'll walk through how to create the base container and homepage layout, give some extra practice with that because it's very important. Then we'll talk about how to build the hamburger menu using custom shapes, using show and hide actions, and then we'll build in navigation and complete the workbook. However, I say complete the workbook, there's going to be a homework assignment there where you're actually going to complete the full navigation functionality and really clean up the workbook. This is a chance for you to shine, a chance for you to show your individual talent using what we've used in this course, but also in your own experience, and combine it with the building blocks that we've built in section 9, come up with something really cool. Again, we'll cap that off with some homework answers, and then section 10 will be a quick congratulations at making it through this course. So I'm excited to walk through this with you. I hope you are as well. We've got some great topics. I look forward to seeing you in the videos.